Okay, guys, peace, love, and light. This is part two of my video about the young man who was brutally murdered by police officers in Memphis. His name was Tyre Nichols. I left off where I was talking about um, that I know that Black police officers also can, you know, use unnecessary force. And a lot of times they do inflict that on, their own community, Blacks. Um, and that's not cool. It's not cool when anybody does it. So the fact that they're Black is it is shocking because they are Black, but it's not unheard of with Black police officers using brutal force on their own people. So I just wanted to make a point of that. And a lot of stuff is just going on whack with this from, the same old song. They call the mom, they give her not a lot of information. Then the next thing she finds the son's car, then they call her and tell her that she needs to come to the hospital. They just didn't give the right story of what happened. So from the beginning, like they said, they were already trying to cover this up because they know it was foul play and it was on the police's men's part. So unfortunate, my heart goes out to, the family, especially the mom. This is so hard. Oh, it's got to be hard for her. And now, her grandson is going to grow up without his father, just so sad, and just a waste of a human life. It's like another friend of mine who I mentioned, whose brother was killed last year behind police brutality. The same scenario, just brutally beaten, for no reason. And when you comply and you still, get beaten, it's like, where do we go from here? What do we do? So my friend was just made a point to say that to myself and some other friends, like, what is the answer? What do we do? We've cried, we march, we, do all these things. Here we are in 2023, and, Malcolm's dead, Martin's dead. We still fighting for the same shit. It's like, wow, so I'm like, I know people are going to say, oh, you need to vote, you need to do politics, we need to, vote the right people in the office and this and that and the other. All politicians are crooked. They all are in bed with each other. I really try not to live in the matrix anymore. So I don't really, I just don't feel like my vote is doing anything. I've been voting since I was 18. I've changed my mind on politics. I just don't get involved. I have an opinion, but at the end of the day, I feel like that young man, I got to take care of me. So I got to get out of here. I feel like that's what he was doing. Like, you know what? Me trying to comply is not working. I gotta try and save my life. So I'm glad that he tried to get home. I'm glad that he tried to get home because he knew he had done nothing wrong. So, I just wanted to tap on this a little bit. Let me know down in the comments, how you feel about, Tyre and what happened with him. Is it just more of the same? If you have like some words of wisdom, like, where do we go from here? I'm like my girlfriend, I'm like, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know. And now we have 5 Black police officers, which to me is very suspicious. I just don't know. This story, I'm not saying that it's fake or anything like that, but I feel like it's something more going on here. I don't know. Let me know how you feel. But this is part 2 of my video. I really just wanted to touch, on this young man because my spirit pulled me to speak on this because of who he was also, and that, you don't have to do anything wrong. You don't have to look a certain type of way for something like this to happen. This stuff can happen to anybody, but especially us who walk in dark skin. Our men are being murdered. Even women now are being brutalized by police. I cried like a baby when I knew about Sandra Bland. And the cover up is just so obvious how they cover this up. And the police department, they have a code that they follow, and they're only going to let certain people, fall, and they're going to cover up shit. That's just what we've been seeing. I ain't lying. This has been going on for a long time. So it's like, where do we go from here? How do we keep our Black men and women safe? You know, uh, for those who are complying and following the rules. A lot of people have died, and they've died at the hands of police brutality, and maybe they didn't get spoken for, or their story didn't get told on a big scale, and their family just suffered the loss. So my heart goes out to anyone who has ever lost someone to police brutality. I really wanted to do a video and just speak on it because, I feel a certain connection because I have lost a child who was murdered. Was not murdered by police, but when you lose someone like that, especially, someone so young that's got their whole life ahead of them. My son didn't have any children. He was only 18, but this young man has a child. He was 29. So sad. So my heart goes out to the family, anyone who knew him, who this is like a huge loss to them. So my heart goes out to them. I'm just going to say peace, love, and light. Let's keep saying it, for crying out loud, until we all get it right. Let's find some peace. Let's find some solace. Let's find some solutions. So talk to me. Let me know what you think. If you watch, any part of this second part of my video, or the first video, which is about 12 minutes long or so, if you haven't watched it, please watch the first video. And let me know a comment. Let me know what you think about this story. And I don't mean like it's just more of the same, but if you really are feeling something about this and you feel like something that maybe we can do. I know Blacks are not united. That's part of our problem, because we don't know our power in numbers, and we don't work together, enough. We'll get in a march and, and we'll do protests, but even that's not on a massive scale like it should be when we do that. So, some people just don't want to be bothered. They just want to live a quiet life. So that's why I feel like we're not united. Don't know if that's going to happen. That would help us. Because there are definitely, power in numbers. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think down below. It's been nice having this serious chat with you. I'll see you on the next Q Talks. So take care. Deuces.